Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris. We are going to be doing a reading vlog. In this video, we're going to be reading new releases, fairly new release, and a new release that just came out a couple days ago. And the first one being Hot Wax. I was so appreciative. Simon & Schuster sent this my way. They actually sent me the art copy, and then on release day they sent me the final copy, which is this beauty right here. As you can see, I have already started this book. It is by Emma Rio. This is a rock and roll suspense, I would say. We are following Suzanne, and we're actually following Suzanne throughout her life, and her father is a rock star. And we're following her straight from 1985 when she's 10 years old, coming from a traumatic childhood. Her father is trying to make it big being a rock star, so he's always on the road. Her mom's working 2 jobs to support the family, and it's always chaos in the household because of all the stress and burden that the mother has to handle. We're following Suzanne in 2018 when she's 40 years old. Now, in present day, her father has passed away, but they are estranged, and she decides to leave her stale marriage and go back on the road to settle her father's estates. So while doing that, she's kind of like finding herself again. And the way that this is being told is through different timelines. We're following 1985, we're following 1995, 2001, and 2018. This is like an anticipated release for me. I'm so excited to read it in this vlog. So this will be the first one that we will be reading. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe and comment. It really helps. I got the best PR box. Oh my gosh. I received from Simon & Schuster the final copy of Hot Wax. So excited. I got the arc of that, and I was just waiting for it to be closer to the time of release date, which is September 9th, which is tomorrow my time. But now I have the hardback. I have to show you. Isn't she beautiful? The hardback final copy by Emma Rio. I'm so excited. And not only that, they literally gave me the audio, the freaking audio to go with it. Dude, that is the best thing ever for me, because you can just tell this is like rock and roll. This is meant to hear immersively, and I'm just so happy that I have the ability to do that. And let me show you the arc. I have it right here because this was going to be my next read, I swear. So the arc was actually, it's in paperback. So I have the arc, and now I have the final copy. Oh my god, I'm so freaking excited. Dude, I'm stoked. And now I'm thinking I should do like a giveaway with the art copy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do a giveaway on my Instagram? I think I should. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen of the PR box itself before I tear it apart like an animal, because I have no patience. So I will show you a picture, but it was beautiful. I got a cute pin, I got some stickers, some candy, and just the audiobook with the physical. Are you serious? I think every publisher should do that. So I just made it to part 2 in Hot Wax. So we're about 30-ish% into the book, and just wanted to give my thoughts. I'm really enjoying the storytelling in this book. So I've never read an Emma Rio book, but now I want to. You can definitely feel the 1980s vibe. And another thing I like that I had no idea, Suzanne, which is our main character that we're following, her father, Gil, which is the rock star, he is Cuban from Miami. So, and I'm Cuban from Miami. So like, I'm really relating to that. And they're definitely talking about like Miami and Tampa, which is where I live now. So I just thought that was pretty cool because it's like, what are the odds? You're Cuban from Miami, now in Tampa. So like they're kind of in that vicinity. I can relate to that, you know? So I really liked that. I just feel like it's so well paced. There hasn't been not one moment that you're just like a little bored or soaking in and so invested in Suzanne's story and in her life. Going in different timelines, we're following her as she's 10 years old in 1989, then we're following her at 17 years old, and then we're following her at 2018. So we're constantly, you know, shifting and just learning. I haven't really gotten a lot of the rock and roll as of right now, but right before part 2, Suzanne just started touring with her father and his bands because her mom just got remarried and she's going on her honeymoon. So she needs to obviously go with her dad during her time and during her honeymoon. Her mom, Nora, is very, very worried because Gil can be, you know, not a great parent. Very unreliable. He's just unfit to fully watch Suzanne. So she's really worried, but Suzanne is now on tour with the Gil and the Kills, and that's kind of where we left off on part 1. So yeah, that's kind of where we left off in part 1. Going into part 2, she is touring with her dad and his band. And then in part 2, we're following her in what year is it? I want to say it's 95. Yeah, so we're in Raleigh, 1995. Assuming now she is 17 years old. Not that I'm assuming she's 17. She is 17 years old. But her mom is like, has been moving around her whole life after they didn't really talk about her time touring with her dad when she was 10. But I think something may have happened where her mom, Nora, no longer wants her father to be in Suzanne's life. So something must have happened that we haven't, you know, found out yet. So Nora is known to move around a lot. So Suzanne hates that. She's really affecting Suzanne. She's clearly upset about always moving around, never planting her feet somewhere, always having to make new friends. And she's right now in a relationship with another girl called Melissa. And I was like, ooh, there's definitely some gay rep in this book, and I'm here for it. I love it. That was a pleasant surprise. So now she's 1995. She has a girlfriend, is a typical 17-year-old wanting to go out at night, going to, you know, concerts and all this stuff. And you could just feel the 90s vibes. I love it. Sorry, I had to change the angle. I wasn't really liking that angle. Oh, and look, my new skeletons. Aren't they cute? Oh, I love it. So yeah, I'm really feeling, I'm really enjoying the atmosphere of that nostalgia vibe. I'm really enjoying the Miami, you know, like where they are, and just having some Latin representation. Loving that. I believe Emma Rio is Hispanic, so I'm trying to read as much Hispanic authors for this month. I mean, I'm always trying to read Hispanic authors and other, you know, people of color, but specifically here this month too, because it's a Hispanic Heritage Month in September. So really just trying to focus on that and diversify myself. I'm always trying to look for great authors, are people of color, Hispanic, indigenous. Yeah, this month definitely trying to find all my Latinos, Latino authors. So I'm excited that, like I said, the storytelling is very compelling. I'm gripped on Suzanne and just knowing her life. And I like how the way that it's being separated within the time frames. When she goes to a different timeline, it leaves kind of like on a cliffhanger. So you're just like, damn, I wonder what happened. So it just makes you want to keep reading. So definitely a page turner. So yeah, I'm loving it so far. Those are my thoughts. I want to read you guys something I tabbed because I felt that Suzanne was looking at, I believe like a camera. Suzanne wanted to laugh, wanted to cry, wanted to steal the tag and wear it on her wrist like a monogrammed bracelet. She turned it over out of morbid curiosity just to see the price. She'd always favored photography, not just because she couldn't afford anything better. Like her mother, she'd lost interest somewhere along the line, too burdened or too bored with life to want to preserve any of it. I loved that. Like, that spoke volumes, because sometimes when you're in that depressive state, you just don't even want to take pictures. You don't want to capture those memories. You don't want to preserve that kind of life. And I really enjoyed that. So I wanted to share that tag with you guys. I will check in with you guys when I have more. Tell me these earrings are not the cutest things ever. Look at these earrings. Look at them. Oh my god, I love it. So spooky. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on Hot Wax. Oh, I'm loving this book. I'm loving this. Like, right now, I can't even think of one thing I'm not liking about this book. It's so good. It's so good. I never would have thought, when I first heard about this book and the premise, I didn't look so much in the premise. All I knew was that it was set in 2 timelines, which I'm 50% now. It's set in multiple timelines, which I'm eating it up because I'm a 90s baby. I'm eating it up. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into the whole rock and roll thing, even though I love rock and roll. That's a little fun fact about me. I love rock. I'm a sucker for Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Queen. Like, I feed Ozzy Osbourne. Like, I love that. So, I don't know. I just didn't know that reading about it would be in my interest. You know what I mean? But wow, I was freaking wrong. I was so wrong. I am obsessed with this book so far. I love the father and daughter dynamic as we're reading where Suzanne right now is touring with her dad at 10 years old. And she is she's kind of they put her in charge of the merch table and collecting the payouts for people that want to buy merch for the bands. And she's also in charge of like watching, you know, the band play, of course, which she fantasizes. She loves it. She is in charge of when they're done playing, the father, Gil, he's like, okay, what do you think we can do better? So she is the person that is just analyzing them and giving them tips to have a better performance or dress better, just overall just have, be better as a band. So I just love how they incorporate her within the band and just her and her father's like bonds as she's touring with him. And it's very heartfelt. I'm not gonna lie. I come from an estranged relationship to my parents. I do not speak to my parents at all. So just reading about her and her father having these memories and having these experiences together, I'm like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm really like, I'm living vicariously through Suzanne. But obviously we know things go sour later on in the book from what the little sprinkles of information that they're giving us. So I'm loving this book. Like, there's nothing that I'm not liking. So right now I just got into part 3. I just got to part 3 and it's called Hard Candy, and are now going into 2001 in New York City. Suzanne, when it was in 1995 in part 2, something traumatic happens with her mother, and I guess it was like her final straw, and she was 17 years old. She literally up and left, and she just never looked back. So I guess now we're going back to that time frame because, like I said, we're going in different timelines. Now we're set in 2001 after she left her household and how she's maintaining and how, like, her life right now, just being on her own. So we're now learning about that. So this book, it's set in New York City. It's set in Miami, Florida, Tampa, which I've lived in all these places. I lived in New York City. I obviously live in Florida my whole life. And it's giving me a visceral experience. I'm envisioning every single thing, even when we're in the time frame where she's touring with her dad with the band, when it's being explained, when the band is performing and they're writing down the lyrics. First of all, the lyrics to the band, like the songs that they're singing, I love so much depth and so much feeling behind the words, and just the way it's described as they're performing. I feel like I'm literally at the concert and I love that. I'm obsessed with that. So yeah, so right now, part 3, I'm about 50% right now, just hit 50%. I can't get my eyes off the book. I can't get my ears off the audio. I'm having a bunch. Suzanne, coming from this traumatic childhood, she's seen a lot and she's experienced a lot, especially being on tour with her dad, like growing up a little faster than any 10-year-old would. And, you know, her dad obviously, you know, you can tell he's had a hard life too, and you can tell in the words in his songs. And there was right before we got to part 3, they were at the concert and he's singing he wasn't at the concert. She found an old song of his and she was playing it, and the words to the song was, oh my gosh, like you can just feel it. And oh man, I just love that. And first of all, I love music that has meaning and has feeling. So I really, really enjoy that. The chapter titles, like the names of the chapter titles are so cool. Like, I don't know, it helps you even further immerse yourself into, you know, this book, just being part of the Gil and the Kills. Like this one's called Voodoo Doll. We're being told her life in the way where it's like choppy, because it's not like linear, but it makes sense. I think this is a 5-star. Oh my god, I cannot wait to finish this book. So the next time I talk to you guys is probably when I will be done with the book, unless something major happens. I need to let you guys know. But yeah, because I can't stop. I look the same as the intro because I totally forgot to do an intro. So I have finished Hot Wax and I rated this 5 stars. When I was hearing about it before it came out, I was like, wow, that sounds so interesting. But it's not something I would normally gravitate towards. But when I was gifted it, I said, man, you know what? Let's check it out. I'm always willing to try something out of my comfort zone because you just never know. And I'm so happy I did that, because this was so much more than what I read in the synopsis or what I was hearing about it. I was telling you guys in my last update, this had so much more depth than I thought it was gonna have. Father and daughter dynamic. The ending was very heartfelt, and it's just, you know, sometimes you lose yourself in life, and to get out of it, sometimes you just have to do drastic things, and it just felt very real. I related to that. I'm in my mid-30s almost, and you know, Suzanne was in her 40s, so like I can only imagine feeling so like monotonous in your life that you're done, and one day out of the next you're out of it and you're doing something totally different out of your comfort zone. So I just really enjoyed how raw and unfiltered that felt. It made me emotional sometimes, it made me laugh, it made me giggle, it just made me relate. And when a book can give me all of that, it is a 5-star, baby. 5-star. Oh yeah, this is great. Loved it. And then the next book that I started reading almost immediately after I finished Hot Wax was Hidden Nature by Nora Roberts. And I've been trying to get to this book for probably months now. And this was released in on May 27th, which it's funny because that's my birthday. And I was like, oh my God, what are the odds? So this is a romantic suspense. I don't want to say thriller, because Nora Roberts, I did read Mind Games. I love that book. I will never shut up about that book. I love that book so much. And this, in that book, it was the same thing. It was a romantic suspense. And now I haven't read a lot of romantic suspense, but I really like the genre. I'm starting to notice. And in this book, we are following Sloane, and she is a cop in, I want to say West Virginia, Maryland, around there. And she is escorting 3 criminals that were preying on hikers with her partner. And they decide to stop at a convenience store to get some snacks on their way back to the precinct. And she walks into the convenience store and there is a robbery in progress. And she walks in a little too late and she gets hurt in that time. So she gets, you know, rushed to the hospital. She winds up dying 3 times on the surgery table and was brought back to life. Now she has to recover. She goes to her hometown because her recovery is gonna be very intense and she needs as much support as she can possibly get. So now she's back in her hometown in Maryland. And so her family owns, I want to say, like cabins, so you can like come and stay, like Airbnb type of thing. And it's a very small town. Everyone knows each other. But in this town, she realizes that people are starting to go missing and there's no connection between the people going missing. So the case is kind of at a standstill, and this is not part of her jurisdiction or anything, but while she's recovering, she's like, I need to do something because I'm just bored out of my brains. So she's just doing her own little research and stuff like that, and it just takes her down a very bizarre path. So this just immediately grabbed me. I'm really happy that I got to read it. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update because I finished it. I'm so sorry. And the only reason why I didn't update you was because I literally finished it in a day. I literally finished it in a day. And I was at work when I started it because I started with the audio. And by the time I got home, I was kind of like, my husband was home. He kept coming in and out of the room, and I just cannot film when there's people in the house because it just distracts me and they just interrupt me and it gets me annoyed. So that's the reason why I didn't update you guys. So I'm so sorry. But I have to say, this was 5 stars. Oh my God, there has not been one video that I have rated 5 stars back to back in a reading vlog. This was 5 stars. And it gave me everything. And it's crazy. Nora Roberts, Mind Games, I gave 5 stars too. So I think this is just like the author for me. This just gave me so much emotion. The way that Sloane's family takes care of her and the way they support her, and it just felt very healthy, like healthy family dynamic. And that is not what I was raised with. I was raised in a very, very toxic household and traumatic. So it just felt so nice to be part of this family through a book. And if you come from a troubled past and troubled childhood, you can probably relate to that. So there was times where I was just reading this and I'm like, wow, it must be so nice. And it just made me emotional. It made me just emotional. And then it also made me feel very happy and content. So, and then the plot itself, you know, it's not plot driven at all. So if you're gonna read this, just know this isn't plot driven. It is character driven all the way. Even the romance isn't like the main thing of the book. There is a couple of romances in this, and I just thought it was so well done. The romances were so beautiful, so cute, so real. Like, it just felt like real people dating, and I really enjoyed everybody in this book. There's not one person I didn't like about this book other than the bad people that were doing the abductions. But this was just so good, and the plot itself, it just had me gripped. It had me wanting to know what was going on. It got me enraged because I'm like, these people are freaking crazy. And just the family, I loved it. This gave me what I always want in a book. It gave me a thrilling plot. It gave me a little bit of romance. It gave me heartfelt moments. And like I said with Hot Wax, when a book gives me all of that, it is a 5 star. I felt myself getting a little choked up at times. I was laughing. I was swooning. Like, I just love that. So if you like all of those things in a book, this will be for you. In the middle, it was a little bit slow towards like the middle. This is a 450 page book, I believe, but it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. Everything else, just the pros outweighed the cons for sure. So yeah, this was a 5 star and I absolutely loved it. So I think I'm actually gonna end the vlog here because these 2 books had so much depth and I honestly don't know what I'm in the mood for next. So I'm just gonna browse my library. I feel like my brain needs a little bit of a break. So I might just dive into a popcorn thriller. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know it was a little choppy and a little messy, and I'm sorry for that. But I really enjoyed these books, and I hope you read them, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. It would really help my channel. I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a beautiful day.